यत्र योगीश्वरः कृष्णः यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरः तत्र श्रीर्विजयोर्भूतिः ध्रुवा नीतिर्मतिर्मम। योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचाम् मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि। Today is the 7th International Yoga Day. The word yoga is the most popular word in the world. This yoga word is very popular in the nook and corners of that universe. And this yoga science given by our ancient seers, therefore our prostrations, salutations to our yogic lore for giving such a beautiful yoga science to the humanity. This yoga word is derived from the root, Sanskrit root, that is yuj. Yuj has got two meanings. We can take two meanings here. First meaning is yojana. Yuj means yojana. Yoga word is derived from the Sanskrit root, that is yuj. Yuj means yojana. Yojana means coming together, joining together, is the meaning of yojana, or bringing together. This is the first meaning. Second meaning of yuj is nirodhaha. Nirodhaha means control, restraint, mastery. That is the meaning of nirodhaha. Patanjali Yoga Sutra begins with Chitta Vritti Nirodhaha Atha Yoga Anushasanam Chitta Vritti Nirodhaha. So that is second derived meaning is taken there as a discipline, Nirodhaha. Now let us look into these two words little bit elaborately. Yojana means bringing together when two things are separated. Bringing together when two things are separated, whether they are really separated or notionally separated. The separation may be real separation, like a child is separated from the mother. Real separation. So the child mother, they have to bring together. That is called yojana. That is real separation. There is another type of separation, that is notional separation. In this notional separation, for example, all of you know the 10th man story. When the group of people, disciples of one guru, they are going to a function. They crossed the river. After crossing the river, they started counting. One person started counting everyone. And he got only 9 numbers after counting. And searching for 10th man, Dashamaha. So, without counting him, he is counting all of them. 9 only coming. Then one guru, like Apta Vakyam, person comes and tells, you also count yourself, then 10 will come. Dashamaha Tvamasi. You are the 10th man. Therefore, don't cry, don't worry. This was the story we all of us know. This separation is a notional separation. We have lost 10th man. Really, they have not lost. That is called notional separation. So, where there is real separation and notional separation, that bringing together is called yojana. This is about yojana derivation. We will see later further what is that exactly. Now let us come to the second one, Nirodha. First, I would like to take this Nirodha type of derivation. Restraint, control, mastery, disciplining. Disciplining what? Disciplining, controlling, mastery over one's own body, mind, sense, organs. Disciplining one's own body, mind, sense, organ, or mastery on one's own body, mind complex. If physical body, the limbs are not manageable to sit down, I make them fit to sit down by doing asanas. If mind is not steady, I try to manage, bring the mind, control the mind, restrain the mind, discipline the mind to bring to one-pointedness. It's a discipline by restraining. This is called Nirodha. Now, Yuj has come, yoga word has come from Yuj. Yuj has got 2 meanings, Yojana and Nirodha. Now, further elaboration, Nirodha Rupa Yoga Abhyasa is the preliminary, primary yoga that is called Ashtanga Yoga or Patanjali Yoga or Patanjala Yoga. Primary, discipline, Nirodha Rupa. Once we take the Yuj derivation as Nirodha, mastery, discipline, once we take that Nirodha Rupa, Ashtanga Yoga, Patanjali Yoga, Sadhana, Abhyasa is primary, preliminary level of yoga. Now we see about this first. Later we go to that Yojana Rupa Yoga Abhyasa. This primary level of Yoga Abhyasa, which is known as Ashtanga Yoga, for this Patanjali Maharshi wrote sutras, Patanjali Sutras, in 4 chapters. In 4 chapters, Samadhipada, 1 chapter, Sadhanapada, 2nd chapter, then Vibhuti-pada, 3rd chapter, then Kaivalya-pada, 4th chapter. In these 4 chapters, Ashtanga Yoga, Yama Niyamas, Yama Niyama Asana Pranayama Pratyahara, these 5 comes in Sadhana Pada, that is 2nd Pada. In Sadhana Pada, 5 Ashtanga Yoga steps comes in second chapter of Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Many of you know I taught all these things. These are all not new for all of you, but we are recollecting. Okay. Then the Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, 3 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga, last 3 comes in Vibhuti Pada, third Pada of Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So the primary yoga, preliminary yoga, Nirodha Rupa Yoga Abhyasa is taken, especially Ashtanga Yoga is taken by all our Advaita Acharyas. In Vedanta textbooks, all Advaita Acharyas taken this Ashtanga Yoga sadhana. In Bhagavad Gita itself, by Yogeshwara Krishna, the Lord Krishna, who is the Lord of Yoga of all yogis. Yogeshwara means who is the Lord of Yoga of all yogis. That Yogeshwara Krishna, Lord Krishna, introduced Ashtanga Yoga in Bhagavad Gita heavily. Everywhere, many places, all these 8 steps you can see. What? Nirodha Rupa Ashtanga Yoga Sadhana. Then Yojana Rupa, that Abhyasa is, that yoga is coming later in other chapters of Gita also. Both are there. Nirodha Rupa Yoga Abhyasa also there in Bhagavad Gita, and Yojana Rupa Yoga Abhyasa is also there. Then what is the difference? Nirodha Rupa, Nirodha means what? Disciplining, controlling. Okay? Nirodha Rupa Yoga Abhyasa is involved with doing. Karma pradhanam, doing asanas, doing pranayama, doing meditation, kaika, manasika, vachika, all these are involved. Therefore, Nirodha Rupa Ashtanga Yoga is involved in doing. Karma pradhanam. Whereas in Yojana Rupa, bringing together, joining together, union of Jiva and Ishvara, Aikya Rupa Yojana is that which is involved, not doing but knowing. In Yojana Rupa Yoga Sadhana, that is Jnana Yoga Sadhana, knowing is involved. And Nirodha Rupa Ashtanga Yoga Abhyasa Rupa Ashtanga Yoga, karma is involved, doing is involved. We should know the difference. Doing and knowing. And another important point is this. Preliminary Ashtanga Yoga, Nirodha Rupa Sadhana, Ashtanga Yoga is incomplete without Yojana Rupa Jnana Yoga Sadhana. Primary Nirodha Rupa Ashtanga Yoga Sadhana is incomplete, aparipurnam, without coming to Yojana Rupa Jnana Yoga Sadhana. Both are derived from the Yuj only. Both are yoga only. This is Ashtanga Yoga, that is Jnana Yoga. Similarly, Yojana Rupa Jnana Yoga Sadhana is impossible without preliminary Ashtanga Yoga Sadhana. I want to repeat again. Yojana Rupa Jnana yoga sadhana is impossible. That is higher level of yoga. Yojana Rupa yoga abhyasa is higher level of yoga, advanced yoga, I can call it as higher level of yoga, I can call it as, and such yoga is impossible, asadhyam, without Ashtanga yoga, Nirodha Rupa, primary level sadhana. Without that, it is impossible, and Nirodha Rupa is incomplete without this higher level of yoga, Jnana yoga abhyasa. Therefore, Ashtanga yoga is sadhana is incomplete without Jnana yoga sadhana. Jnana yoga sadhana is impossible without Ashtanga yoga sadhana. I hope I am communicating. You can easily grasp this. Because many of you are already doing yoga, primary, preliminary yoga, and many of you are in Yojana Rupa yoga also. That's why I am taking this type of subject. A new subject, new topic. Even though it is old subject, but in different angle I am presenting now, it is simple for you because you are all practicing primary Ashtanga yoga abhyasa sadhana and Jnana yoga sadhana also. Therefore, I am very happy to share this subject with all of you. Now, let us come to that Bhagavad Gita, Yogeshwara Krishna, the Lord of Yoga of all yogis. This Yogeshwara Krishna word comes in Bhagavad Gita in two places. Because you are all Gita students, many of you know that already. In 11th chapter, 4th verse, Arjuna address Lord Krishna, Oh Yogeshwara, please, if you think that I am deserved for this Vishwarupa Darshanam, Yogeshwara Drashtumichhami, please show me this Yogeshwara. He addressed Lord Krishna. This is the first place. And Sanjaya, the concluding verse, last verse of Bhagavad Gita, that is the prayer what I chanted now, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishnaha, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhutihi Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Sanjaya concludes finally, this is my conviction, where the Lord of Yoga of all yogis, Yogeshwara Krishna is there. Is there means not in the form of photo, not in the form of vigraha in puja room, not in the form of Bhagavad Gita, but where he is in the heart of the people. That is the meaning. Yatra means in whose heart Lord Krishna is there. That is the meaning of Yatra Yogeshwaraha. And wherever Arjuna is yielding the bow, Dhanurdharaha Arjuna is there. There, what are all will be there? Shrihi Vijayaha. Tatra Shrihi Vijayaha Nitihi all will be there. Victory will be there. Prosperity will be there. Lakshmi, wherever Krishna is there, Lakshmi will be there. Richness. All types of prosperity will be there. And victory also, Jayam, everywhere. Wherever this Krishna and Arjuna are there. That Gitopadesham. In Gitopadesham, some photos, Arjuna is sitting. But in this sloka, Sanjaya deliberately tells that where he is holding the bow represents Arjuna is an ordinary human being, and holding the bow indicates doing one's own duty and surrendering to Lord Krishna, accepting Ishvara in one's life. Then dharma, niti also will be there, proper government which is having dharma also. And that dharmic and values, prosperity, everything will be there. That is the meaning of that shloka. And now this Yogeshwara Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna, Nirodha Rupa Ashtanga Yoga Abhyasa, how, where he has given, just I enumerate those shlokas of Bhagavad Gita where Yamaniyamas and Asana Pranayama comes. That list I will give. Then we will go to Yojana Rupa Jnana Yoga Abhyasa, higher level of yoga. Now this first Ashtanga Yoga, Yamaniyamas, Yamas, Ahimsa comes first. Ahimsa, that word comes in many shlokas in Bhagavad Gita. What is that? Shloka number 10th chapter, 5th shloka. Ahimsa samata tushtihi tapodanam yasho yashaha. So ahimsa comes here. Then amanitvam adambhitvam ahimsa kshanti. That is also 13th chapter, 7th or 8th verse, because number will be different in 13th chapter. So there also ahimsa word comes. Then 16th chapter, 2nd verse, ahimsa satyam akrodaha. There also that ahimsa word comes. Again it comes in 17th chapter, 14th verse, 2nd line, brahmacharyam ahimsacha. So many places that ahimsa comes as a physical austerity. Here 17th chapter it is given as a physical austerity. So one point I would like to highlight. This ahimsa, non-violence, see, any shastra has to be governed by, backed by Vedic teaching, Dharma Shastra teaching. No shastra, no darshanam can be taken independently. Yesterday I was telling, the Visishtadvaitis takes Agama Shastra to look into Bhagavad Gita. That is why their interpretation is different. Similarly, here also, what I want to say is, Yoga Shastram, Patanjali Yoga Shastram also independently we should not study. Suppose we study independently, what will happen? Suppose, for example, this ahimsa is there. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. If you study independently, that means without the background of Vedic vision, Dharma Shastra or Upanishadic teaching, if you study only Patanjali Sutras, you can interpret this is the absolute value. This is absolute value. Ahimsa, if it is an absolute value, Lord Krishna cannot ask Arjuna Yudhyasva. Illogical. And following absolute ahimsa, because many places he talked about ahimsa, but he is always asking Yudhyasva, Arjuna, get up to fight. Fight involves himsa. Therefore, we have to be very careful to study any darshanam, any agama shastra granthas, or like this yoga darshana sutras. If we don't have the guidance of such a teacher who is having Vedic vision background, people easily misinterpret these words, ahimsa. Because ahimsa paramo dharmaha, everyone quotes, but the second line nobody knows. They never follow also. Himsa dharmo tathaivacha is the second line. Himsa dharmaha. Violence is also dharma when it is required. Ahimsa, how much is it is important, same way himsa, violence is also important. That is what Krishna followed in Bhagavad Gita. It is not easy to understand Krishna's mind. That's why Krishna knows that Dharma Shastra, his teaching is based on Vedic vision, Upanishadic vision. That is why we have to be very careful. Deliberately, I am introducing this statement, himsa dharmo tathaiva cha. Tatha eva himsa api, very important, violence where it is required. Dushta sikshana, himsa is involved. Therefore, ahimsa should not be taken as absolute. Understand? When if you study Upanishads, Dharma Shastra, Jnanam is there only, you can interpret properly. Otherwise, independent Patanjali Sutras may mislead you. That is what happened in Buddha time. Once you hear about ahimsa, Buddha comes in our mind. That time they have taken it as absolute value. I said this topic in many times in my classes, previous classes. Similarly, Satyam also. Satyam also you should not take absolutely. Just one or two only I am telling, not all. This Satyam also comes in Bhagavad Gita, Ashtanga Yoga, given by Yogeshwara Krishna. Ahimsa Satyam Akrodaha, same shloka, 16th chapter, 2nd verse, Satyam word comes. Speaking truth means avoidance of lies is also not absolute. That is why Lord Krishna asked Yudhishthira to tell lies. For the sake of protection of dharma, that is allowed. That is why Dharma Shastra Jnanam is required. That's why Guru's guidance is required. A Guru who has got Shastra Jnanam, thorough Jnanam. Otherwise, people interpret all these values as they like. Then society will be in danger. Very, very danger. That is what happened also in our history. Similarly, this 17th chapter, 15th verse, Anudvegakaram Vakyam Satyam Priyahitam Chayat. Here also Satyam comes. See, Yogeshwara Krishna gives Yama Niyamas, Satyam Yamas comes, then Asteyam, third Yama. That is, Asteyam means non-stealing. Ishtan bhogan hi o devaha dasyante yajna bhavitaha tairdattana pradayebhya. You know this sloka, chapter 3, sloka number 12. So, Steya means not offering to devatas, not offering to others. If I eat any yajna system, that it comes under steyam, stealing. Then 12th chapter also, 16th verse, again it comes, anapeksha shuchir dakshaha, anapeksha, without any expectation. That anapeksha indicates asteyam, non-possessiveness. Then comes the fourth one, brahmacharyam. Next one, brahmacharyam comes many places. 6th chapter, 14th verse, prashantatma vigata bhihi brahmacharir vrate sthitaha. Brahmacharya vrata comes there. Then second shloka, Devad Vijaguru Prajna Pujanam Shaucham Arjavam Brahmacharyam Ahimsacha. 17th chapter, 14th sloka. So Acharya Krishna Paramatma brings here that Brahmacharyam. Then Aparigraha. Yamas, last one. Aparigraha means not accumulating things. Nirashir Yata Chittatma. 4th chapter, 21st verse. Tyakta sarva parigraha. This is called aparigraha. 4th chapter, 21st verse. Then another verse also about aparigraha comes given by Yogeshwara Krishna. Ahankaram balam darpam. There, second line, vimuchya nirmama shantaha. Vimuchya nirmamaha. This is called aparigraha. This is about niyamas, yamas, the first disciplines, 5 disciplines over. Then niyamas also given by Yogeshwara Krishna, the Lord. Next niyama number 1 is shaucham, cleanliness. Anapekshak shuchir dakshaha, when shakara comes and the shakara comes, pronunciation is very, very difficult. Anapekshaha, shuchihi, dakshaha. This shuchihi means shaucha, cleanliness. I am not explaining all these meanings because all of you know that, because I taught many times. 12th chapter, 16th verse. Then Tejaha Kshama Dhriti Shaucham, 16th chapter, 3rd verse. Then 17th chapter, 14th verse. Deva Dvija Guru Prajna Pujanam Shauchamarjavam. Beautifully Lord Yogeshwara presented here all these Shaucham Niyamas. Then Santosha, where it comes in Bhagavad Gita. Nitya Truptaha Nirashrayaha, 4th chapter, 20th verse. Tyaktva Karma Phala Sangam Nitya Truptaha. That Nitya Truptaha indicates Santoshaha, Trupti. Then second verse also about Santosha. 4th chapter, shloka number 22. He talks about Yadruchalabha Santushtaha. That Santushtaha refers to the Santosha. That Santosha, Santushtaha. Then 12th chapter, 14th verse also. Santushta Satatam Yogi. How many times Lord Krishna tells about all these things, you see. Santushtaha, not one time. Each Yamanimas minimum 3 times, 4 times. Then third one, after Saucha, Santosha, what comes? Tapas. So about tapas also, 4th chapter, 28th verse. Dravya yajna tapo yajna. Here tapo yajna comes tapas. Then 17th chapter, 14th verse, second line. Brahmacharya mahimsa cha shariram tapa uchyate. Austerity. Tapa means austerity. That austerity, not only that, here yoga yajna, ashtanga yoga he highlights. And anudvegakaram vakyam, in that 17th chapter, 15th verse also, he talks about tapas. Vangmayam tapa uchyate. What Vangmayam tapas? Anudvegakaram vakyam, satyam vakyam, priyam vakyam, hitam vakyam, and swadhyaya abhyasanam, all will come under Vak tapas. Amazing teaching of Yogeshwara Krishna. If we study Bhagavad Gita thoroughly, we can see Ashtanga Yoga just flowing throughout Bhagavad Gita. Then another shloka about tapas also, 17th chapter, 16th verse. Bhava samshuddhi rityetat tapo manasamuchyate. What is manasika tapas also? Manahprasada saumetyam. Mental austerity he is talked about. Then swadhyaya, next one. Niyamas, that 4th one, niyama. There also again swadhyaya, swadhyaya jnana yajnascha. 4th chapter, 28th verse, 2nd line, swadhyaya. Chanting, reciting one's own Vedas, Parayanam, all. Then it comes again, 16th chapter, 1st verse, 2nd line. Dhanam damascha yagnascha swadhyayastapa arjavam. Beautiful. Then again it comes in 17th chapter, swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva. This swadhyaya words comes. Now last niyama is Ishvara Pranidhana. Ishvara Pranidhana comes in 12th chapter, 14th verse. Mayarpita manobuddhihi. Mayarpita manobuddhihi indicates Ishvara Pranidhanam. Acceptance of Ishvara in one's own life. That is real yoga. Yoga means not doing just asana pranayama like physical exercise. It is only worship. It is worship only. Then Tameva Sharanam Gacha, 18th chapter, 60, shloka number 62. Tameva Sharanam Gacha indicates that Ishvara Pranidhanam. Then 18th chapter, 66th verse, first line. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. That also tells us. Then we'll go to the next step, that is asana. Yama, niyama, asana. Asana, many places also it comes. 6th chapter, 11th verse, first line, Shuchau deshe pratisthapya stiram asana matmanah. I am going a little bit faster because you know all these shlokas. Then tatraikagram manah kritva, there also he talks about asana. Upavishyasane yunjat. This comes in 6th chapter, 12th verse, about asana. That is why Lord Krishna is called as Yogeshwara Krishna, because he is the yoga and he is sadhana and he is the sadhyam, both. That we will see later. Now pranayama. Pranayama comes in 4th chapter, 27th verse. Sarvani indriya karmani prana karmani chapare. Then 5th chapter, 27th verse. Sparshan kritva bahir bahyan, there second line, pranapano samau kritva, about pranayama. Then we'll go to pratyahara. Pratyahara comes in 2nd chapter, 58th sloka, kurmungani va sarvashaha, like tortoise. Indriyan indriyarthebhyaha tasya prajna pratishtita. There pratyahara is talked about. Then 5th chapter, 27th verse. First one is 2nd chapter, 58th verse. And another one is also is there, Srotradin Indriyanyanye, 4th chapter, 26th shloka. 5th chapter, 27th shloka, Sparshan kritva bahir bahyan. Then 6th chapter, 17th shloka, Yukta ahara viharasya, that also talks about pratyahara. Then Yatro Paramate Chittam, that also 6th chapter, 20th shloka. Then Dhrityatmanam Niyamya cha, 18th chapter, 51 shloka number. Then Vivikta Sevi Laghvasi Yatavakaya Manasaha, 18th chapter, 52nd verse. So with this, Pratyahara is over. Asana, pranayama, pratyahara over. All these comes in sadhana pada of Ashtanga Yoga, Patanjali Yoga Sutras, Bhagavad Gita, all over comes all this. Then dharana. Tatraikagram manah kritva yatachittendriya kriyaha. This is 6th chapter, 12th verse. Then 6th chapter, 13th verse. Samam kaya shirogrivam dharayan achalam sthiraha. That dharana. Then shanai shanairu paramet buddhyat dhriti grihitaya. This also talks about dharana, and it talks about samadhi also. Atma samstham manah kritva talks about samadhi also. Then dharana talked about Shanai Parame, 6th chapter, 25th verse. Yato yato nischarati manaschanchalam astiram, that is also dharana, 6th chapter, 26th verse. Then dhyanam. Yatha dipo nivatasthaha nengate sopamasmrita. So this shloka, yogino yatachittasya, this shloka talks about dhyanam. Then dhyanen atmani pashyanti, 13th chapter, 24th verse. Then 18th chapter, 52nd verse, dhyana yogeno yogo paraha, second line. So dhyanam word comes here also. With this dhyanam part is over. Then samadhi. With this we will conclude the Bhagavad Gita's Ashtanga Yoga list. For samadhi, 2nd chapter, 44th verse. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam tayapahrita chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhihi samadhau na vidhiyate. That samadhi. But the interpretation of Ashtanga Yoga Patanjali differently, but Krishna gives differently, because our aim is to come to the higher level of yoga. That's why in Aparokshanubhuti, Shankaracharya and Madhusudana Saraswati in his Bhashyam, Gudhartha Deepika, they all give Advaita with background, with Vedic vision, they give the meaning. That is very, very beautiful. Then another shloka in second chapter, 53rd verse, Shruti Vipratipannate. There also Samadha Vachala Buddhi, second line comes. Then last but one, sixth chapter, 21st verse, here also that Sukham Atyantikam Yattat Buddhigrahyam Atindriyam Veti Yatrana Chaivayam Sthitas Chalati Tattvataha. This is Samadhi, Atmajnana Rupa Samadhi. Then last shloka, there is another shloka also, 6th chapter, 26th shloka, as I said, Atma Samstham Manakritva, that is also Samadhi. Then Prashanta Manasam Henam Yoginam Sukhamuttamam Upaiti Shanta Rajasam Brahma Bhutam Akalmasham. This is also a Samadhi. All these are Ashtanga Yoga words, ahimsa to Samadhi. Words comes in Bhagavad Gita given by Yogeshwara Krishna. With this, Nirodha Rupa Yoga Abhyasa is finished. Now let us come to Yojana Rupa Yoga Abhyasa. Now I would like to take the 4 words. First word I would like to take here is Yogaha. Bhagavan's name is known as Yogaha. Yogaha means Yogena. Now I am talking about Yojana Rupa Jnana Yoga Abhyasa. That is I am going to discuss now. And preliminary yoga, after completing that, one has to come to Jnana Yoga. So Bhagavan's name is called Yogaha because Yogena Sadhyaha Avapyaha Yogaha. The Lord is one who is achieved by various disciplines. That's why Lord is known as, Krishna is none other than Lord Vishnu. We don't take Krishna as Dwaraka Krishna. We take Krishna as Paramatma. In that sense only we have to see. This is the meaning. Here yoga is used in the sense of Nirodha. That yoga abhyasa dwara you avapyate. Whom? Bhagavan. You attain Bhagavan. Therefore Bhagavan is Ishvaraha, is called Yogeshwaraha. Yogaha, we understand the oneness of Kshetrajnaha and Ishvara. Kshetrajnaha and Ishvara oneness you understand by practicing Nirodha Rupa Abhyasa, Yoga Abhyasa. You make your body, mind fit enough to understand the Yojana Rupa Jnana Yoga. That Aikya Jnanam you will get. That's why yoga word is used. In Vishnu Sahasranama, Lord name is Yogaha, that 18th Nama. So that is the one word. This is for Yojana Rupa Jnana Yoga Abhyasa sake. You are taking Yoga Abhyasa. So yoga means not just for body fitness or mind calmness or some physical health. The yoga has got such a high destination finally that we have to understand. Then how to get that complete, once Yojana Rupa Jnana Yoga Abhyasa comes, only this Nirodha Rupa Yoga Abhyasa is complete. How to get that completion? Here, yoga means another meaning also we can take, that something to be accomplished. That something to be accomplished, making oneself fit to accomplish that. Once you want to accomplish something, you have to make yourself fit. That is through asana, pranayama and meditation, etc. all niyamas. Yogeshwara Krishna will lead to that people who are committed to that Jnana Yoga, Jivatma, Paramatma, Aikya Jnanam, those who want to come to this Jnana Yoga, after finishing preliminary yoga thoroughly, Lord Krishna, Yogeshwara Krishna, take charge of their life. That is why his name, another name comes in Vishnu Sahasranama, Yoga Vidam Neta. Neta means leader. He is the leader of those Yoga Vidam. Yoga Vidam means what? The knowers of yoga. The knowers of yoga means those who are committed, pursuing the Jivatma, Paramatma, Aikyam. They never bother about their survival, all these things. Their whole commitment is towards that attainment of Jivatma, Paramatma, Aikya Jnanam. That is moksha. That is called Yojana Rupa Jnana Yoga. Therefore, Lord Krishna said in 9th chapter, Ananyas chintayanto mam ejana paryupasate tesham. I will take their yoga and kshema. Once they are taking to Jnana Yoga, pursuing to get that Aikya Jnanam, Yojana Rupa Jnana Yoga sadhana, once they are doing, I am going to provide what they are not having. Yoga, I provide. And after providing, I will only take care of them. Kshema also I alone take care of that. That is why Yoga Vidam Neta is the leader of Yoga Vids, the knower of yoga. Here Yojana Rupa Yoga. Understand? That is the beautiful word Yoga Vidam Neta. This is about the second name. Why Lord Krishna is known as Yoga Vidam Yogeshwara? Because he is leading those people who have taken this Jnana Yoga to attain that Aikya Jnanam. How they have come to this level? Because they have done lot of sadhana, preliminary yoga abhyasa, different types of disciplines they have followed, even food discipline, yukta ahara viharasya, yukta chestasya karmasu, beautiful verse that is. So all these they have followed and they have come here. That is why Lord Krishna said, I will take care of them. Yoga Vidam Neta. Then another name for Lord is given in Vishnu Sahasranama, Yogi. Lord himself is a yogi. Why? He is always absorbed in his real nature, in himself, without any struggle, without any difficulty. Therefore, he is known as Yogi. Is another name for Lord Paramatma. So he is always absorbed in his true nature. He never he never slipped from his real nature. Then another name for Lord is Yogisha. Yogishaha. This name also comes in Vishnu Sahasranama only. The Lord of all yogis. Yogishaha means the Lord of all yogis. This is another name. Anye yoginaha yogantarayehi hanyante. Here Bhashyakara Shankaracharya tells all other yogis, they have to face lot of obstacles when they are practicing yoga abhyasa, lot of disciplines, mind control and physical ahara niyama, everything. They have to face a lot of difficulties, obstacles, struggle is there. But whereas Lord Krishna, Paramatma, Yogeshwara Krishna doesn't have that struggle, that difficulty at all. That is why he is called Yogishaha. Because he is the master. He has no problem. And he helps others, those who are pursuing and facing obstacles, he helps them. That's why you have to take Paramatma's, Yogeshwara Krishna's help. He is the master of all yogas. Then, this is one meaning, Yogishaha. Anyone who takes yoga to understand oneself. To understand oneself is a yogi. Okay? Now, yogi means not only doing a top stereo posture, Sirshasana, therefore he is yogi, you cannot say. that. Okay? Yogi means the one who is pursuing that Jnana Yoga to understand oneself is non-different from Paramatma, is a yogi, a real yogi. According to Advaita Vedanta, he is a real yogi. And the Lord of all yogis is the meaning of Yogishaha. So Sri Krishna Bhagavan says in 4th chapter, all this yoga, before Patanjali itself, Ashtanga Yoga was there. This was given by Lord Nataraja, Bhagavan. So from there it comes. So it is not newly coming. Yoga is very ancient. At the time of creation itself we have got from the Lord himself. And this Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, all these sadhanas, Lord Krishna says in 4th chapter, 1st verse itself, Imam vivasvate yogam proktavanaham avyayam, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and with all these Ashtanga Yoga disciplines, all are given by me at the time of creation itself, hey Arjuna. I taught first to Lord Son, Lord Krishna said. Lord Krishna as Yogeshwara, the yoga of all yogis, he gave this teaching. So now I want to conclude this whole portion. Yojana Rupa Yoga is highlighted by Yogeshwara Krishna. Nirodha Rupa Ashtanga Yoga also mentioned everywhere. Without that you cannot come to Yojana Rupa Jnana Yoga. You cannot get full benefit. Managing to attend the class also is also a type of discipline. Coming to the class at 6 o'clock, unmanageable to come in at 6 o'clock, suppose. I have to manage to come at 6 o'clock to attend the online class. This is also yoga, discipline. Okay, just jocularly I am telling. Okay, so thus he is the very yoga himself. This is one meaning. Yoga, Bhagavan is known as Yogaha, and yogi is one to be gained by yoga. He is a yogi to be gained by yoga, and Yogeshwara, the foremost of those who know their self. They are called yogis, and who knows first his self? Bhagavan, Paramatma. That's why he is called Yogeshwara. The foremost of those who know their self, that is called Yogeshwara. Yoga Vidam Neta, the one who has initiated and taught the yoga and also takes care of all yogis, jnanis, is called Yoga Vidam Neta. Then care of those yoga with commitment for knowing them, he take care of. That's why Lord Krishna is known as Yogeshwara Krishna. Yogeshwara Krishna means what? He alone is yoga. Yoga is not separate from him. Yoga means what? A discipline which we follow to attain that Aikya Jnanam. By following Nirodha Rupa Yoga Abhyasa Dwara, Ashtanga Yoga Dwara, I come to Yojana Rupa Jnana Yoga Sadhana. Therefore, this sadhanam also Bhagavan only. Bhagavan is non-separate from dharma, karma and jnana. Everything is Bhagavan only. That's why his name is called Yogaha. His name is known as Yogi, and his name is known as Yogishaha, and his name is known as Yogidam, Yoga Vidam Neta. Yoga Vidam Neta. And Yogeshwara Krishna. How much knowledge he must be having. That is why there is no yoga without Yogeshwara Krishna. Understand? There is no yoga without Yogeshwara Krishna, because through which yoga we attain that Lord is Bhagavan, Aikya Jnanam, Kshetrajna, Ishvara, Aikya Jnanam is the culmination of Ashtanga Yoga. One should not dwell only in Nirodha Rupa Ashtanga Yoga Abhyasa throughout life. Reasonable good health, physical health, mental health, through food disciplines, ahara niyamas and vak niyama, all disciplines you follow reasonably and come to Shastra, study Shastra. With the help of Guru, Upanishadic study, we come to know that Aham Brahma Asmi. That is the final yoga, Yojana Rupa Yoga. Without this knowledge, however much you do asanas, pranayama, meditations, they are all incomplete. Incomplete. Let us have both, Ashtanga Yoga Abhyasa also required, and Yojana Rupa Jnana Yoga Sadhana, study of scriptures, Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads is also required. Both are there, your life is complete. Okay, with this I conclude my talk on Sri Yogeshwara Krishna. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.